What is going on, guys? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to, this is episode number 3 of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode. We're here at the Monaco Grand Prix for the next portion of our F2 season. It's going to be a really exciting race. Hopefully Monaco isn't normally good. We're going to jump right into the feature race here.
Welcome to one of, if not the most iconic race circuit in Formula 2. A track with absolutely no room for error, a track that requires every bit of skill these young drivers can muster. We're getting ready for lights out here in Monte Carlo. The circuit de Monaco is, for all practical purposes, pretty much unchanged since its 1929 introduction. It's strange to consider, but this 2.1 mile lap will take the drivers here around almost an entire country. 19 corners, but not that many opportunities for overtaking. Instead, this is a track that rewards technical skill. I'm Alex Jakes, and I'm joined once again by the GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. Davide, today's race takes place on one of the most infamous street circuits in motorsports. What is it about this track that makes it stand out?
Alex, I'm very happy to be here. Monaco is a short track, but the wall is just after the white line. The drivers need to stay aware from the line and from the wall. And it's so important to start in the first 2 rows if you want to compete for the victory.
Here are the starting positions for today's race. Yuki Tsunoda lines up on pole position, and Cohen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Piquet, Matsushita, Mick Schumacher, and Eilert, Ticktum, Deruvula, Markelov, Robert Schwartzman, Dragovic, Sato, Marcus Armstrong, and Mazepin, Aitkit, Giotto, Samaya, and Louis Delatraz. Alesi, Galeo, Nissani, and Guan Yu Zhou completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So here we are then on the grid for the start of the feature race. Qualified P2 alongside Yuki Tsunoda. We're hoping to try and get the jump on him going into turn 1 because the start is quite important here at Monaco. We're going to go to 5 red lights for the feature race in round number 5 of the 24 Race Championship, and we're underway. And it's a poor start from us. We end up behind Tsunoda. We have to hold off Matsushita going into turn 1. We're going to try and send one up the inside, but Tsunoda just about holds us off. Going through that first corner and up the hill we fly just like that. And it is Tsunoda who goes ahead. We hit the wall slightly there. I'm just checking the championship standings here briefly. I think at this point we're still 3rd because Schumacher isn't far enough behind. But moving further now into the lap, because Monaco isn't the best of races to commentate over because it can be a bit concessional times. We hit the wall there, so we're going to refrain from doing that for the majority of the day. We're not close to go to stick a stupid dive on the inside of Tsunoda. We'll go all the way on the curb, trying to gain some time. We're about half a second behind the yellow flag there. I think someone must have hit the wall behind us. We've hit the wall there again, but the green flag's back out now, so the inside has obviously been clear whatever happened, and we're back to racing. We continue to trail Tsunoda through the tunnel we come and down towards the chicane. We've hit the place where we want to make quite a number of overtaking moves this afternoon, or at least trying to take the lead away from Tsunoda. Hit the back of his car there. We're going to have to be very careful not to take too much damage on the car because that will slow us down, but fortunately, like I say, Monaco's quite narrow, so it's harder for us to try and pass us. Go through the chicane now, very nearly hitting the wall once again, and through around the swimming pool and coming towards Raskas for the first time. Once again, not close enough to Tsunoda to make any moves. We've hit the wall again slightly, and there we go. There's damage to the left part of our front wing, and that's not good because we will be trying to close down Tsunoda. He's already got to leave about 1.5 seconds due to that mistake. But that is the end of the first lap there, so not the best of starts. We still maintain P2, so that's good. But of course, we're going to have to fight our way around having that damage. We've set a purple sector 1 here, and we look to be on course to set a purple sector 2, which we have. So obviously we've closed that gap back to Tsunoda now. We're just half a second behind, and we're trying to make a move within the next couple of laps because we're going to have the DRS coming in a minute. We've clipped the inside barrier there, and once again that's not good. We're going to lose all that time we spent the last lap gaining. That's twice we've made a mistake in going through Raskas, and this time it's cost us the fastest lap. We set a 1 minute 23 compared to Tsunoda's 1 minute 22, but of course not too important, but we're just trying to close down that time. Moving on now to the end of lap 4 and the start of lap 5, we are just under a second behind. We've set the fastest lap twice in a row now because I set it on lap 4 and then again on lap set it on lap 3 and then set it again going on to lap 4. But yeah, we're still about a second behind Tsunoda, and that's not really what we want to see. Going further on into the race now, onto lap 7, nothing much really happened. We're going to try and force Tsunoda out of the way. We're on the outside going into Lowe's hairpin. Could we go for a move around the outside? No damage done. We've managed to hold the car, and somehow we've managed to take the lead around the outside here at Monaco. So we could be on course to take our first career victory in Formula 2 here. We've already pulled away. We've got the gap about a second now. So Tsunoda won't have DRS on us, so that could be crucial to us trying to win this race. If we just refrain from making any mistakes, then we could win this one. We've definitely got a chance here late on in this feature race. Moving on now to lap 9. We've run slightly wide off our line there. Of course, we're checking for damage. No damage gained since the front wing incident at the end of the first lap. We've hit the wall slightly then. We've lost control of the car. We just about hold on to it, but Tsunoda's closed right back in now. The gap down to 1.5 seconds now. We've lost about half a second there. Here we are now about to move on to the final lap. We're still holding the lead by about half a second. We've overshot Raskas, and for the third time in this race, we've hit the wall at Raskas, and it hasn't paid. And obviously, it's paid dividends for Tsunoda, who's now in the lead by 2.5 seconds, as opposed to him being half a second behind us. So he's locked down incredibly there. We've made 3 mistakes to that corner, and this one's cost us dearly. So try as we might, we weren't unable to catch Tsunoda this late on in the Grand Prix. So it looks like he's going to win the feature race. That's really gutting. We could have won that race. We were on course to win that. But we had to make do with second place, the podium at Monaco. Obviously, nothing to get too upset about.
Nice work. You did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
So another fantastic victory for Carlin today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
I think they kept a cool head. That's why they won today. Smooth, steady, everything bad that happened to them, they handled it calmly and professionally. That's what let them focus on getting the best out everything else. The car, the strategy, they managed to keep out of trouble the whole way round.
And there you have it, today's winners. Having raised some of the biggest names in F1 to date, Carlin have once again shown their expertise when it comes to recruiting new talent. No doubt today's winners have a bright future ahead of them. They certainly deserve it after today's performance. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Yuki Tsunoda, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd say Roy Nissany. He was committed the entire race, and it's paid off with the result.
And now a look at the team standings. Carlin have extended their lead at the top of the standings. It was also a strong race from Trident this weekend. Fantastic work from the Italian team to move themselves further up the table. After all this drama, you'll be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So there you have it then. Tsunoda wins the feature race, extends his championship lead by 5 points to us and to Schumacher. Of course, we've gained a bit on Mick in the standings because he finished 4th to our 2nd. So there has been some progress made today, but I'm still really frustrated. We really could have won that race, and we should have won that race if I'm being entirely honest. But it's only up from here. We'll be starting 7th in the sprint race. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into that. And hopefully we'll have a better time this time than we did in the feature race. Of course, we made a lot of mistakes. So moving on now into the sprint race.
We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive, and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Here we are then back on the grid for the start of the sprint race here. But like I said, we're starting P7 on the grid because of course the top 8 get reversed. We're going to jump right into the race here. Hopefully it's going to be a blast, making up some places. We go to 5 red lights now for the sprint race here in Monaco from P7 on the grid. Lights go out and we go underway, and it's not the best of starts from us. Schwartzman trying to move up the inside. So in the middle, he's going 3 wide with us, and Tsunoda going to turn 1 with a dive 1 up the inside, and that takes us up. Almost to a second place. We're falling behind both Matsushita and Piquet. Somehow we've picked up rear wing damage on the first lap, but literally 1 corner in and we've picked up rear wing damage. That's definitely not good. I'm not sure how much that'll impact us for the remainder of the race, but hopefully it won't cost us too badly. We're still trying to hold off Schwartzman and Tsunoda. Both of them are battling for that 8th position, trying to fight for those last couple of points on the road. The yellow flag came out, but once again, the incident's been quickly cleared, just like in the feature race. We went to the inside of Matsushita there, and we've taken P7 away. He's gone really wide there just to accommodate us going through, so props to him for doing that. We run way over the curb there, and we're up into P6. So we've made our progress off the start, but next up, our next target will be Pedro Piquet. We continue to chase him down, going through the tunnel, and now out of the tunnel and towards the chicane. We were unable to make too many moves down here, because we weren't close enough to Tsunoda in the feature race to actually make any moves. The majority of our overtakes came in the lowest hairpin, and if it works, then we should have victory. But then we've got damage to the right side of the front wing. So first race it was the left side, now it's the right side. So that's unfortunate for us. We're going to keep on going here. Hopefully the 2 bits of damage we picked up on this first lap won't affect us too badly. So coming to the last corner now to complete the first lap of the sprint race. We're still just under 1 second behind Piquet. Moving further on now, just checking the championship standings. We are still behind both Schumacher and Tsunoda. Schumacher will be getting those points back to P4 to our P6, and Tsunoda P9. I assume he's in P9. We've picked up more damage to the front wing, and that can't be good. We're still able to keep going, but you can definitely see the loss in time when we're taking decent damage. We're trying a really stupid move up the inside there, trying to make that move for P5, and we've made it work.
Copy.
Of course, we're not taking any stops here because we're moving up through the pack. We've moved up into P5 here on only the 2nd lap of the race, so our next target is of course Mick Schumacher. We're now half a second behind him, but unable to make any moves yet. We're going to dive 1 to the inside, going through the chicane. We've actually made a move down there, but it was an illegal overtake, so we've got to pull over and give the place back. So that's us back to square 1 as we just about keep it out of the wall, going through the left-hander and back to the chicane again. So we'll have to try again, trying to make that move work. We picked up more front wing damage in space and time. We're going to go for the inside, and that was a really stupid move in retrospect with just 3 more laps to go in this race. And we got a penalty for it. Finally the discipline catches up with us, and we have a 2-second time penalty. So we've now got to stay just over 2 seconds ahead of Mick in order for us to hold on to 4th place and gain those points in the championship. So moving further on now, onto the final lap of the race. Hopefully the damage isn't gonna trouble us too badly in the late stage of the race. We've gone way wide there in Lowe's hairpin, and that could be crucial because Schumacher's gained all that time back now. He was 3.5 seconds behind, he's now 2.5 seconds back. So that's only half a second on the official race time come the end of this Grand Prix. I keep calling it Grand Prix, it's a sprint race, get it together. Later on, going through the tunnel now, kind of lost my train of thought for a moment. We're still 0.6 seconds ahead of Schumacher technically. Those 2 seconds really taking their toll now. We keep making mistakes. Of course, the damage is hurting us badly this late on in the race. It looks like Ticton's going to come around, take the victory. We've hit the wall again. Through the chicane we come now for the final time. But it looks like we will be able to hold on to that position just about by about half a second to Schumacher. We go through Rascals, careful not to mess up this time, and we've made it stick. Ticton wins the race. It's going to be P4 for us, and a race that is definitely a positive as we be able to gain some more points on our championship rivals.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
A great win then for the Dams team today. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think this race was won thanks to the tire management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over the entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they won today.
Dams, another team with a huge amount of history based right in the heart of motorsport near Le Mans in France, have once again shown their formidable abilities out on the track with yet another win today. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. The lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
For me, the RT driver was the best in the field today. There was a lot of going on down the field. There's no question for me. They were the best.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams Championship. Carlin have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from ART this time out, and they improved their position in the championship. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
So Tsunoda still continues to lead the championship by 14 points to Schumacher and 17 points to us. We've made inroads this weekend. We're still pushing forward, trying to take the points lead, but that will have to wait for another episode, guys. If you did enjoy this one, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Perhaps leave me a comment saying anything I can improve on. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time for the next round of the championship in Azerbaijan. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Goodbye, guys.